Our political reporter, Morgan Reiner, joined them. And Morgan, with these back-to-back mass shootings, gun violence is top of mind. What did they have to say about that?
Chris and Laura, Republicans did list crime as a top priority, but today they spoke more about early releases, fentanyl, human trafficking. So I did ask them specifically if they think more needs to be done to address gun violence. Overall, though, today, Republicans are just hoping Democrats will work with them to address some of the state's biggest issues like affordable housing and homelessness.
No one should have to go through what Brett Bowman has.
My wife, my children's mother, committed suicide in '09. A couple years later, I lost my son. He was hit and killed crossing the street in a crosswalk.
Depression took over, and that's when the drinking started.
Started using meth, and it was downhill from there. I lost my job in 2 months, out of a place to live because I couldn't pay rent. My children were gone. They were taken.
He was homeless for 2 years, and he said handouts made it easier.
Nobody really wants to seek treatment when it's too easy to stay on the street. There's too many free programs, too much free bedding, free clothing, free food.
Said it's the accountability that made him favor the Republican plan and why he stood next to them as they introduced their legislative priorities for the 2023 session.
Our state is on an unsustainable path as it is right now. Homelessness is spiraling out of control. Public safety is anything but that. The cost of living in this state is too damn high.
Republican caucus leader San Diego Senator Brian Jones walked through their plans. Affordability.
We are proposing an increase to the state renter's tax credit, working to streamline housing construction by reforming CEQA.
CEQA is the environmental regulations that can delay projects by years. Crime.
Human trafficking or dealing fentanyl to our school children are not held fully accountable for their actions. That's why we are introducing a measure to ensure the punishment matches the severity and seriousness of these two issues.
With back-to-back mass shootings, I asked if they think more needs to be done to address gun violence, in addition to mental health.
To make possession with a ghost gun a felony. Well, we presented that on the floor of the Senate, and every single one of our Democratic colleagues voted.
He said every single one of his Democratic colleagues voted against that measure. Now, I reached out to Pro Tem Senator Toni Atkins to respond, but she was too busy today to give me a comment. Now, when it comes to accountability and homeless, though, Governor Gavin Newsom himself does admit there wasn't any for far too long. It's why he held back funding from local cities until they came up with better plans to address the homeless crisis. It's why he created the Care Court system to address mental health among the homeless population, something Brett Bowman did tell me he liked.
We know these are common themes, Morgan, but Republicans have already introduced identical bills in the past to make the punishment for human trafficking and selling fentanyl more severe. But how do they get it done with a Democratic supermajority?
I asked Jones that. He's already had meetings with Democratic colleagues to work through these ideas, and he told me it is possible to get these things done. Jones told me that last year, every Republican senator was able to successfully pass a bill into law.
Okay.
Yeah, our Morgan Reiner reporting. Thank you.